Okay, Big Blue Nation, listen up, because I am absolutely fired, you people. Forget that regular game preview stuff. We got the real deal, the inside scoop, the big blue tea for this Broncos game. And let me tell you, reading this plan, seeing how it's built around our guys, Jaxson Dart and Skattebo. I mean, wow, Skattebo, it feels like the blueprint victory. It's more than just one game, you know?
Yeah.
It feels like the start of something big.
I feel that energy, absolutely. And look, focusing on Dart, on Skattebo, that makes sense. They're the guys who'll grab the headlines, no doubt. But when you really boil this source material down, the core mission, it's simpler and maybe a bit grittier.
Okay.
Yeah, Dart versus Knicks. That's the shiny object, the marquee matchup for, you know, the casual fan. But the tactical truth, the thing the Giants are really hanging their hats on, trenches decide this game. It's going to be won or lost right there up front. A war.
Okay, I love that. Get down to the nitty gritty. That's what we do here. And we're tied in trenches. We got to talk about that defensive mindset. I love this motto they've got. Pay rent.
Exactly. That's the mentality. Denver's O-line, they want to walk in, set up shop, disrupt everything. But the Giants' D-line, they're saying, nope, rent's due. Think about it. Dexter Lawrence, he's the landlord. Just massive, takes up all of that prime real estate in the middle, demands payment. Brian Burns, he's the building inspector, flying off the edge, making sure everything's up to code, no illegal motion.
Oh, okay.
And Kayvon, he's the HOA president. You break the rules, try to bounce outside, forget appealing that fine. Rent is due. Consistent pressure is the currency. So our job today really is to unpack that specific Giants blueprint for winning. And it all comes back to owning those trenches and on offense, executing like fast.
Let's dive right into the offense then. Protecting our guy, Jaxson Dart, the absolute #1 priority straight from the playbook. Keep it under 2.5.
Yeah, that 2.5, that's seconds. Time to throw. TTT. It's maybe the single most critical number for the offense this week.
Why so crucial? Just spell it out.
Because, well, the intel says if Dart holds on to that ball longer, you're flirting with what they're calling third and Denver doom. Basically, give that Broncos front more than 2.5 seconds and they will get pressure. And that forces you into third and long, which is exactly where Denver wants you. Their playbook just opens right up. The Giants absolutely cannot live in 3rd and 7+. Gotta avoid it.
Okay, so speed is key. How do we get that speed? Keep Dart upright. Starts on the ground right. With Skattebo setting the tempo on first down. Man, I cannot wait to watch that guy run.
It's a really disciplined approach, which honestly is perfect for a young QB like Dart. First down plan, run the ball a lot. Skattebo, primarily on duo or counter plays. The target is like a 55% run rate on first down. And you keep doing that until the defense blinks, until they adjust and add a hat to the box.
That's a hat. Good. Break that down for folks maybe not deep in the X's and O's. What's that mean?
It just means they commit more bodies to stopping the run. So Denver rolls the safety down close to the line, or maybe they bring an extra linebacker in. Anything more than, say, 7 defenders focused on the run. If Denver doesn't do that early, if they stay in lighter boxes, the plan says just take the easy yards, run scat bob, get your 3.5, maybe 4 yards, smile, and line up again. Efficiency first. Keep the chains moving. Stay ahead of schedule.
Build that foundation. Protect Dart. Okay, makes sense. But he's got to throw eventually. And when he does, the plan says, quick game, right? Slants, seams, sticks, attacking the middle fast. That's about exploiting Denver's deep.
Oh, absolutely. It's designed specifically to put stress on those Denver linebackers. They're good run defenders, pretty stout, but this forces them to flip their hips, cover space vertically, laterally, quickly. The source material actually says the goal is to make them turn their hips and write poetry about it. It's kind of funny, but it paints a picture, right? Aggressive, quick throws, move the ball without making Dart hold it forever and face those complex blitzes.
Love it. And the protection scheme itself.
Wow.
While he's getting that rhythm going.
It's pretty consistent. 6-man protection is the standard, always 6. And the running back, Skattebo, or whoever's in, has a huge job. Scanning, specifically looking for Nick
Bonito. Why him specifically?
Because he's their sort of wild card rusher. Speed, but he disguises things well. Loops, stunts, delayed rushes. You gotta account for him. The RB is basically the emergency brake for that unexpected pressure.
And the tight end. We've seen him chipping a lot. It's still part of the plan.
Crucial, especially on money downs, third down, critical situations. The TE has to chip Zach Allen coming off the edge before releasing into his route. Just that little bump, that half-second delay on Allen, that's gold. It buys Dart the fraction of time he needs to hit that 2.5-second target.
Okay, this sounds very methodical, clinical even, which, yeah, you want that with a young QB, but you need some juice too, right?
Yeah.
Can't just chip and dink and dunk your way down the field all day. The source mentioned some change-ups and a specific red zone approach.
For sure. You got to keep the defense honest. They plan to mix in some wide receiver screens, especially right after showing an overload look, make Denver second guess. If it's run, pass, rush, drop, keep them thinking. But the real gamble, the high risk, high reward shot, it's a specific max protect double move play. And it's designed to go right at Riley Moss. The source literally calls it the Riley Moss roulette.
Whoa, wait, Riley Moss roulette. Targeting one specific corner with a max protect deep shot. Isn't that super risky? Especially when the whole mantra is protect Dart, keep it quick. How do they justify that call?
It's about calculated aggression, really, and timing. This isn't something they're going to do 5 times a game. It's probably once, early, when they get a specific look from the defense, maybe a coverage tendency they've scouted or a personnel mismatch. It's not the core strategy. It's a planned haymaker. And the max protect part, keeping 6, maybe even 7 guys in to block, is key. That's supposed to give Dart the time just for that one shot. Force Denver to back off a little, respect the deep threat later. It's aggression, but with, maximum insurance.
Okay, one spin of the wheel. Got it. Then back to the plan. And when they get down close, red zone, what's the play call look like then?
Inside the 20, they're looking at split zone concepts, maybe with a keep option for Dart. But paired with that is a quick tight end pop pass right into the space where the linebackers should be, assuming they're crashing hard against the run. They're basically baiting Denver's aggression against Skattebo down there, then hitting the void right behind them. Exploit their tendency to sell out against the run near the goal line.
Nice. Okay. Love the offensive plan. Speed, discipline, calculated shots. Now, flip side, the defense. If offense is speed, defense sounds like suffocation. Weak Martindale's crew. The mandate, make Knicks earn it.
Exactly. And just like the offense, it all starts on first down. You absolutely cannot let J.K. Dobbins and that Denver run game get rolling. If the Giants' defense gets pushed around on first down, if they're constantly in second and short, they never really earn the right, so to speak, to call their fun stuff later. You got to win first down against the run. That lets you dictate terms on second and third down, forces Knicks into obvious passing situations. Then you let the dogs loose.
And that's where the mind games start. I love this stuff, the psychological tactics.
Yeah.
Talk about these sim pressures.
Yeah, the simulated pressures. It's a classic defensive chess move. You show a big blitz look pre-snap, maybe walk 6 guys up to the line of scrimmage, make the O-line panic, adjust their protection calls, maybe keep extra guys in to block.
But then
you only actually send 4 rushers. You drop 2 of those guys who look like they were blitzing back into coverage. It confuses the blocking scheme, right? Linemen end up blocking air or double teaming the wrong guy. Waste blockers creates pressure without actually blitzing heavily.
And behind that, the secondary isn't just playing it safe.
No way. They're planning to use a post-snap robber. So a safety might look like he's deep, but after the snap, he rotates down late into a short middle zone. The idea is to bait Knicks, especially if he scrambles or feels pressure, into making a risky throw across his body. The whole philosophy, according to the source, is basically no hero ball highlights on our watch. They want to take away those unscripted, off-schedule bombs that can kill you, confiscate the cape,
Love it. Confiscate the cape. Okay, but to make any of that work, the sim pressures, the robber, they need edge integrity, right? Especially against a QB who might try to escape.
Foundational, absolutely foundational against a mobile quarterback like Knicks. The defense has to kill the boot. That means the edge guys, Burns, Kayvon, they got to crash smart. Hit the upfield shoulder of the offensive tackle.
Why the upfield shoulder specific?
Because it forces the tackle to seal the edge inside. It builds a wall, prevents Knicks from just easily rolling out to his right or left to buy time or scramble for yards. If those edge guys get too far upfield or get washed inside, that's when Knicks can break contain, pick up cheap first downs, and basically negate all the good work the interior rush might be doing. It kills the whole defensive call.
Okay, edge integrity is key. And speaking of the interior, this brings us to maybe the biggest mismatch, the thing labeled the chaos checkup. This feels like where the Giants can really feast.
Yeah, this is potentially huge. Ben Powers, Denver's starting left guard, he's out. Injured. So they're looking at rolling with Palczewski. Or maybe Throckmorton. Either way, it's a significant step down, a clear vulnerability right in the heart of their line.
And that means?
That means Dexter Lawrence could be in for, as the source puts it, a 5-course meal.
Appetizer, entree, dessert, all served up by the backup left guard. How much does that one injury change the Giants' defensive game plan?
Oh, it changes a ton, because if Dex can consistently win his one-on-one matchup there, or maybe even command a double team from a weaker pairing, it frees up everyone else.
Yeah.
You don't need to scheme as much help to Dex. You can use other guys more creatively. Plus, If Lawrence is just wrecking shop inside, collapsing the pocket straight back into Nix's lap, it makes the job for Burns and Kayvon on the edge way easier.
Yeah.
It drives those third and longs the defense wants. It's probably the single biggest leverage point for the Giants' D in this game.
Okay, let's put it all together then. Boil it down to the critical one-on-one battles.
Yeah.
The 4 key matchups that swing it.
Right. These are the individual fights where winning or losing directly impacts whether the whole game plan works. First, Andrew Thomas versus Nick Bonito. We talked about Bonito. If AT shuts him down, Dart gets time, the quick game works, the whole offense can operate. If Bonito gets the better of AT, the whole rhythm is off. Major problem.
Okay, number 1, huge.
Second, Brian Burns versus Garrett Bolles. This one kind of sets the mood, the pressure meter for the whole game. If Burns is consistently beating Bolles, getting pressures, maybe drawing holds, it energizes the whole defense. Denver feels constantly under threat.
Makes sense.
Third, Dex versus whoever is playing that backup LG center spot for Denver. We just hammered this. If Dex eats, Giants generate third and longs. They control the down and distance. If Denver somehow neutralizes him, it gets a lot harder for the defense.
Gotta win that one.
And fourth, Theo Johnson or maybe Wan'Dale Robinson versus those Broncos linebackers in the middle. This is about the quick passing game we discussed. Can the Giants receivers and tight ends win those quick routes over the middle, turn 5-yard throws into 7 or 8 yards consistently? That's the rent money that keeps drives alive and sets up bigger plays.
Love those 4 keys. But games aren't just one of the big matchups, right? There are those little things, the hidden edges that the source talks about. The stuff you gotta stir and serve to get the win.
Yeah, exactly. The intangibles. The things that don't always show up huge in the box score, but can totally swing a close game. The sources point out 3 big ones, mostly mental. First is penalty margin. Sounds simple, right? But crucial. The Giants have to play clean, avoid those dumb pre-snap flags, those killer holding calls. The source calls it avoiding a flag fest alert. Basically, don't give Denver free yards or extended drives. A clean game is like gaining a surprise possession.
Okay, discipline. Makes sense. What's next?
Second, field position. This ties into the offensive plan. Keep the field short for Dart. The goal isn't, embarking on these epic 90-yard drives every time. It's more like going to the bodega, as the source puts it. Quick trip, get what you need, get out. Win the field position battle through defense and special teams. Give Dart shorter fields. Less exposure keeps the defense fresh.
Go to the bodega. I like that. And the third edge.
Third is tempo bursts. This is about weaponizing success. After a good run, especially a chunk play by Skattebo, don't huddle, go fast. Use tempo right then to trap Denver's personnel on the field. Don't let them sub, don't let them catch their breath or adjust. Force confusion, force mistakes. Turn a good run into sustained momentum.
Okay, so penalties, field position, tempo bursts.
Got it. So let's put it all together. If we pour all this big blue tea out, what's the final checklist? The what-ifs that mean a Giants win, based on everything we've heard.
Yeah. The path to victory laid out here really hinges on checking these specific boxes, validating the strategy. First, Cam Skattebo has to stay ahead of the sticks. Keep him in second and manageable, third and short, consistent positive runs. Second, Jaxson Dart's average time to throw. Got to be under that 2.5 second mark consistently. Rhythm, decisiveness. Third, they need to hit on that one big shot, that Riley Moss roulette play. Connect on that well-timed deep ball to make Denver pay for stacking the box. The gamble needs to pay off. And finally, fourth, the defense needs impact plays. 3 or more sacks and at least 1 takeaway. They got to capitalize on that interior pressure, force Knicks into mistakes.
Check those 4 boxes, and the outcome looks pretty sweet for Big Blue. Prediction straight from the source. 27-20 Giants, let's go. I am ready for Sunday.
It's definitely an optimistic prediction, but you can see the logic, right? It's built on dominating the trenches, exploiting that specific weakness at left guard for Denver, and sticking to that quick, disciplined offensive execution. The sources are really clear. Avoid the mental errors, win the key matchups we talked about, and this is the result they expect.
Which leads us perfectly into that final thought for everyone listening.
Right. So we talked about those 3 critical hidden edges, the penalty margin, field position, and those tempo bursts. They're kind of unscripted, right? Not specific plays, but crucial elements that shape the game's flow. So as you're watching the Giants this week, keep an eye on those 3 things and ask yourself, which one of those playing cleaner football, consistently winning the field position battle, or successfully using tempo to disrupt Denver, which single one do you think will end up being the biggest unscripted difference maker in getting that 27-20 win? Something to chew on while you watch Dart and Skattebo hopefully light it up. Just wanted to say a massive thank you for tuning in to Big Blue Tea.
Absolutely. And You know, a huge shout out always to Black Freezy TV
Oh,
for
definitely.
the fantastic programming, the production, everything that makes this possible.
Yep. Their work behind the scenes is just really appreciated.
It really is.
This has been Big Blue Tea.